Monday, YouTube. Sorry, I'm in my work attire. I've just got back from a work trial. Okay, first off, I just want to say happy birthday to one of my best friends, Jasmine. She's 19 today, and I know she's not feeling very well right now, so I just thought I'd give you a little happy birthday. And I miss you incredibly. She lives all the way back home in America, and we're very close. I love her to pieces, and I just wanted to say happy birthday. Today we're going to be talking about kind of the pressures in society. Now, this is we're going to do all kind of like our stereotypical kind of pressures. Honestly, I don't really have any pressures in regards to transitioning. I'm kind of stubborn, so even if someone kind of tried to force me to not transition or something, I would not listen to them, because if I want to do something, I'm going to do it no matter what, you know. At the end of the day, it's my life, it's no one else's life. But I have had a lot of pressure in regards to kind of the way that I live my life. Being raised in a white family, to look at, I was pretty much an outcast, you know. Being half Jamaican, I automatically had, you know, a visual kind of outcast to the rest of my family. My mom always raised me to be very strong to my roots. She always told me that if someone ever asked me what race I was, to say that I was black. She always raised me to know that black was a strong person. If you were black, you were strong, and you know, you had abilities. Because society might push you down, you have that strength to build yourself back up. And she always taught me that. My grandparents are very traditional. If I'm hanging out with my grandparents, which I do a lot because we are very close, but if I refer to myself as black, my granddad particularly always corrects me. He says, "No, you're not black." And I go, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "No, your dad's black." And I say, "No, I'm black." You know, just because you paint white or black, it doesn't mean that it's now white, you know, it's gonna be black. My grandmother always raised me and pressured me to be and act very traditionally white. And, you know, it wasn't hard for me particularly because, you know, obviously growing up around white people and not really having that much contact with black people, I grew up like they did. And it's not like everyone's raised differently, it's just, you know, the belief system and the way that things are, it kind of looks different. My mum always taught me about black culture, and she always taught me about the music, and I was always into rap and hip hop, and, you know, I was always, and without even knowing it, I kind of mirrored that in myself. When I was a little kid, you know, I always wore baggy clothes, I always had my pants, you know, really low far at my ankles, just because, you know, I looked at these people and I kind of, you know, I got what they were talking about and I got what they were singing about, so I thought that was me, and, you know, I mirrored the way their image and all that stuff. And, you know, and that's the thing, is there's a lot of pressures in the media to be a certain thing, and I don't think it's necessarily the pressure of family and friends. I think a lot of the pressure that we have in the world is from the media. The media points us in a certain direction, and there's not a lot of media right now about trans guys. You know, there's a little bit, you know, we've got the Orange is the New Black, and we're getting more media about the trans women, and that's really good, and, you know, I strongly recommend Orange is the New Black to anyone, by the way. And, you know, you got a little bit in the L word. It's not really a realistic kind of point of view, though. You know, I know that when I didn't know much about being trans, I kind of thought that was how you transitioned. And, you know, if you watch the L word, or you've watched it, Max has got, you know, the voice isn't right, and he doesn't really grow facial hair, but that's because the actress doesn't transition in real life. She just plays someone who's transitioning. Now, there isn't a lot of talk out there in the media about trans people in general, but you have this pressure because when someone comes up, when someone finds out that you're trans, they automatically start picking on all the things. So when someone finds out that I'm trans, they automatically go, "Oh yeah, I get it, because, you know, you have you have quite a nice arse." Well, a lot of guys have nice arses. They were born like that. You know, it just doesn't mean they're trans too. You know, I just happen to have a nice booty. There's a lot of pressure to be a certain thing. You know, in the media, being black, there's a lot of pressure to be, you know, this big macho black person and go and rap and sing and play basketball and all that bollocks. And, you know, I'm like 5'5", you know, I'm 5'6", and I got a very good day with shoes. And you know, a lot in America, you may know I'm moving to America, hopefully, fingers crossed, this year. And a lot of people in America see being black as a minority because they can't succeed as well as white people because of the background and the foundation that they have had built underneath them for years and generations beforehand. You know, people automatically now think because Obama's out there that black people are now going to fucking sky high in the world, and that black people are just automatically going to go straight up there and be this massive fantastic thing and they're all equal just because they've got a black president. It's not true. You know, black people have been suppressed for years, and at the end of the day, that is the media pressuring them to be less than themselves. And you know, obviously it's the foundations of the past and the ancestors and all that bollocks, but it's still, you know, the media still portrays it in that way, you know, hard being so many minorities. And this is kind of what trans POC is all about. I am a minority because I am half Jamaican, half white. I am a minority because I am transgender. But I don't allow people or the media to pressure me. I don't allow them to pressure me to be less than I can be. If they're pressuring me to be more than I can be, then you know what, hats off to them, because I pressure me to be more than I can be. I know that there might be a lot of trans guys out there that are struggling to come out because they're pressured to stay in the body that they were born in and accept it for something that they should look in the mirror and be proud of. Not all of us can look in the mirror and be proud of our bodies. Some of us look in the mirror and hate our bodies, and even though there's pressures to not go through, you know, your whole life on hormones and, you know, going through the surgeries and spending all that money, and there's pressures to just accept your body the way it is, and that's kind of the biggest pressure that life kind of throws at us. And I think that if you feel something strongly and you know that it's right in your heart for you to do that one thing, you know what, I just think fucking go for it, because you know, at the end of the day you have to live with yourself, and people come and go, but you have to live with yourself through thick and thin. And you know, no matter what people pressure you into, at the end of the day, you know, you have to do, you know, you have to be good for you. So peace, I'm out. I'm gonna get out of this suit and into my pajamas. By the way, set up a Tumblr account for my Tumblrarian people. Everyone on Tumblr, search us. We are Our Trans POC on Tumblr. We have Twitter, which is 5transpop, which we need to change to 6. Email us at transpoc.un@gmail.com. We would love to hear your feedback and some further topic requests. At the end of the day, we do this all for the watchers and the viewers and, you know, our fans and all that stuff. So we'd love to hear from you. And just in general, you know, just send us a nice little hello. We might give you a little shout out. So, good evening. I'm out. Peace.